Until you dive into the keyword research and look at what your competitors are doing, you don't quite know what opportunities are there. And once you take advantage of them, you can see some amazing benefits.
Welcome back to Duo On Air. I'm Abby.
And I'm Courtney.
And we're the ex-agency turned entrepreneurial team that puts the Duo in Duo Collective. Our boutique organic marketing agency specializes in SEO, social media strategy, and branding.
We're an everyday pair of business besties / marketing experts obsessed with helping our community learn more about what it takes to run a business.
Which is why on Duo On Air, we're not holding anything back. We're giving you all the info we know about how to grow your business organically so you can be the confident CEO you were made to be.
And how to navigate life as a small business owner.
Whether it's on your own or with your best friend by your side, so grab your coffee
or your mimosa, we don't judge,
and settle in for a quick value-packed episode of Marketing Tips.
Welcome back to the Duo On Air podcast. This is episode number 132, and today I wanted to share some behind the scenes, specifically what SEO can do for you. You likely already know that SEO is important because, well, you're here, right? And it is a really, truly great long-term marketing strategy. But sometimes we need to break it down, especially when it comes to SEO, because it can feel so complex and jargon-filled. And so we wanted to break down specifically the what kind of updates are we making to websites, and then the results. What did we see afterwards? SEO is no different than any other marketing strategy. It can and it should be unique to you. Some of our clients see results in as little as 2 weeks, while others might need to wait a little more like a few months to see some results. So let's go ahead and dive into some real life examples, breaking down what we saw, what we did, and then the results that came with it. And as you listen to these, I really want you to think about your business. And could these opportunities be true for you too? So let's dive into the first client. Our first client is La Suif Skincare. So she sells beautiful tallow balms that are homemade and a bunch of different varieties of them, some specific to aging and eczema and different elements there. So for this client, one of the very first things we do, and this is what we do with every client, and one of the things we recommend that you do first too, is do some keyword research. And really look into, okay, what is being searched for within this industry? And there was something interesting that we found. When we looked at keywords and when we looked at what was ranking really well for her competitors, we found 2 new keyword opportunities. Tallow balm benefits, so people looking at what is the benefit of this balm, and before and afters. People wanted to see how your skin looked before you started using tallow balm and after. And since this client specifically focused really hard on helping to make sure that this stuff works for a lot of different skin conditions, including eczema, this was something that we found her client was searching for often. So what did we do? We created 2 new pages on her website. One of those pages being a before and after page. Her before and after page now showcases before and afters broken down by category with eczema and acne and different anti-agings, different before and after, so you can truly see. These are real life examples from her customers, and we were able to optimize that page to speak to tallow balm before and afters and testimonials. So after we created that page, we saw results in as little as a few weeks. So we before were only indexed for about 10 keywords to now, after we've made those optimizations, added some new content on her page and made sure that Google could actually find her page by implementing everything into Google Search Console. We went from only 10 keywords that Google knew about to over 200. Tallow balm before and after is now her top performing page on her website, and it shows up on page 2, driving traffic every single month, when she previously got no traffic at all for this kind of searches. And overall, her domain authority score, which is the number one metric that tests how Google sees you in the world of SEO. So are you really authoritative? Are you credible? This is the score that we are watching as we work on our SEO, because the higher that number grows, the better Google sees your content and the quality of the content that you create. She started at a 3 and she went to a 7, which is amazing. That just proves that not only did we create content that her audience is searching for and loving and coming to our website for, but Google loves it too. And Google is showing us that it's good, high quality content. So this was an amazing keyword opportunity that we found as we started doing the research. And this is one of the things I love about SEO is you don't know what opportunities are out there until you start doing the research, until you dive into the keyword research and look at what your competitors are doing. You don't quite know what opportunities are there. And once you take advantage of them, you can see some amazing benefit. So let's talk about another client. And I spoke a little bit about indexing. And so you might be wondering, what does that mean? And I'm going to talk about that with this client. So this is the common story of if you build it, they will come, right? If you create a website, all of a sudden, everyone's going to find it. Everyone's going to come to your website. That's all you need. You just need to create a website. And the reality is so many people every day create a website and we still can't find it on Google. And we're just stunned, right? Because how does Google not find our brand new website? So that's where indexing comes in. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what we did for this client. So this client is Go Green Home Supply, and they sell a lot of different sustainable building products for builders, for homeowners, which is just unique to these products being more sustainable, more environmentally friendly, a lot of different things that this industry doesn't focus on. So they are a brand new website, just created, lots of products, lots of categories, and ever evolving, continuing to add products, add categories every day because they're growing. So what we saw a really great website that had a lot of products and they just weren't showing up on Google. Google, when I went to peek at, does Google know about this website? We saw that Google has only indexed them for 4 keywords. 4. So there were only 4 words you could type into Google that would allow this website to show up, which is crazy because this website has so much content. Google just didn't know about it. So here's what we did. We had a huge focus on making sure we got Google Search Console set up, which means this is a completely free tool, by the way, Google Search Console, something that connects with your domain that helps you give Google the map to your website. So what we did was submit our sitemap and crawl all of the pages. So you can manually tell Google, hey, Google, go here, crawl this page, get it on your server. And this also allowed us to make sure that not only all the pages were indexed, but all those products were indexed and all those new keywords were indexed. So only 4 keywords before, now we have the potential to get indexed for more opportunities to show up online. So we focused on 1, Google Search Console, and 2, making sure we had the right keywords in the right places. So just like before, doing keyword research to see what people were searching about in this industry and making sure that those keywords were being used on their website. And here's what happened. They went from showing up for only 4 keywords to over 800. They saw no traffic from search before, and they're now getting over 600 clicks to their website every single month, and it's continuing to climb month over month. Their domain authority also jumped a whole whopping 5 points, which is huge. So this client, truly all you needed to do was tell Google where they were. You needed to show Google how to find them. That was the biggest opportunity for us. So let's talk about another client. It's really fun to talk about clients who have just begun, who are just starting in their journey, but it's also really fun to work on clients who already have a pretty good SEO presence. And how can we really kick it up a notch to help them see even more potential from SEO? So we had another client, Pregnant and Hungry. She is a database of recipes for pregnancy, postpartum, fertility journeys, all of that. And you can really sort all of the recipes by kind of what you might need to focus on. So say, for example, you're experiencing a ton of morning sickness and you can't eat a thing. You can sort all of those recipes by morning sickness to help find a recipe that works for you. So she has so much content on her website, tons of pages. She's already driving really healthy traffic. So she gets about 300 hits a month, and she has over 2,000 keywords indexed, meaning there's 2,000 different ways people can find her. But we wanted more, and we see this often. Who doesn't want more, right? We want to drive more traffic, more people to our website. So what are we going to do? So here's what we focused on. We focused on increasing word count on her category pages. Category pages are huge opportunities for SEO. So for example, like I just talked about for morning sickness, she has a page specific to morning sickness recipes. And we wanted to make sure that that page could get found by Google. Well, here's the deal. If you don't have enough copy on that page, Google isn't going to be able to index you for the right things. And you aren't going to be indexed for a lot of keywords unless you have enough copy there. So we really focused on using the ideal keywords for every category in headlines and in her body copy to really increase the amount of copy that's happening on those pages. So we focused really hard on a lot of different category pages. We also made sure that we dug deep into core web vitals, which is basically the fancy new ranking word for page speed. And this client specifically had a development team, so we were able to go behind the scenes and actually make some update into the code of her website. Now, this is not typical, and I don't have a lot of clients that have a development team, but when I do, this is absolutely something we love to dig into and get into the nitty-gritties to help her website perform faster and quicker, because this is a ranking factor. And if your website is functioning too slow, you can see a kind of hinder on your results. So we focused on those two things. And here is what happened. Those category pages are now her top driving traffic pages. So they are bringing in 1,200 clicks in the past 3 months, just that one page I talked about, morning sickness. And that isn't the only category page that's ranking. She has other category pages that are also some of her number one traffic drivers. She went from getting only 300 clicks a month to now thousands of clicks every single month. This is huge. So she tripled her traffic just by focusing on the right keywords on the right pages and driving traffic for high volume categories. So this was a really, really fun client to work on, just to show that, hey, yes, your SEO is doing pretty good, but how can we make it even better? Okay, let's talk about one more client here. So this client is us. So we tend to focus on our students and our clients so much that sometimes we forget about our own website. And as you know, you might have seen that we have rebranded earlier this year, which was super awesome. We finally have a brand that has grown with us as we've grown the last 5 years. And it's been fun, but a lot of work, right? You need to update your website after you do your rebrand. And in some of those website updates, we didn't quite get to re-optimizing. So I went the other day just to take a peek at our DIY SEO course, SEO on Tap, to see where that was living on Google. And I found out that it was on page 5, 6, 7. I was like, what is happening here? And I jumped into the page and noticed that, wow, I'm missing a lot of the things that we teach our students and clients to do throughout that page. So here's what I decided to focus on. I focused on making sure our main keyword DIY SEO course was being included in the copy. It was missing. There were so many times where we were saying SEO course, which is great. SEO course is a great keyword, but we specialize in it being DIY. You can do it yourself. And we had mentioned SEO course a lot throughout the copy, but we didn't mention DIY SEO course a lot. So I simply added DIY before any mention of SEO course. And that upped the amount of times that I was using the keyword in a natural way. That's super important, natural. I'm not stuffing keywords into a bunch of different places. And I also focused on tagging our headlines. We didn't have the correct headline tags there. And this is something that we teach in SEO on Tap, is the importance of headlines and structuring them correctly. So I did those two things while I was watching TV one night. Maybe took me 10, 20 minutes to make all of the updates. And less than 2 weeks later, I went back in to check on that page to see where it was. And it went from page 5 to page 1, sitting on average position 4, which is huge in just 2 weeks. So we talk about how SEO can take time. And yes, that is true. It can take time. But sometimes there are things that you can do that are so simple that don't take you a lot of time to implement. One, like telling Google where you are, or two, like using the right keywords in the right places that can actually give you results so fast. And that is the magic of SEO once you start digging into it. So let's talk for a second. Are there times when we don't see big results for our clients? And yeah, the answer is of course, absolutely. At the very least, we typically see an uptick in keywords indexed and then some traffic to follow, because the more words that Google indexes you for, the more opportunity you have to drive traffic. But here's the deal. If you have a website that doesn't have a lot of content and doesn't have a lot of words on your website, you can optimize it, but again, you're still missing some opportunities. These one-time optimizations on your website can only go so far, which is why it is so important to focus on long-term growth strategies like blogging and backlink strategies. So yes, it is great to make these updates to your website, but eventually you're going to plateau. Eventually, you might stay where you're at unless you are continuing to create new content and new opportunities and ways for your audience to find you as the years and months evolve. Now, if you are curious how you can get some results like this for your website, then you are in luck, because we want to teach you exactly what we do, no gatekeeping, no holding back, the exact strategies we do to get results that I just walked through. We've opened the doors again for SEO on Tap, that DIY SEO course I was just talking about, that teaches you how to do all of these things and see real results. So breaking down the different modules included, the very first one breaks down that foundation, helping you set up Google Search Console, Google Analytics, getting that sitemap submitted, walking through that, holding your hand, making sure that you feel confident and comfortable setting these up and saying, hey, Google, I'm here. Then we walk through keyword research. One of the favorite modules from our students is the lesson where you watch me do keyword research live. I thought it was crazy for me to be recording that, but everyone loves it. Everyone loves to see the process of how I do the research, so you can take that and do the research yourself and find those opportunities that you don't even know about that could drive massive traffic for your website. Module 3 is all about optimizing your website. So heading tags, alt text, writing your SEO titles, your meta descriptions, breaking down each lesson in less than 10-minute bite-sized lessons so that you can actually make those updates day by day without feeling overwhelmed or needing to sit down and listen to an hour module. Module 4 is breaking down analytics. So how can you actually see results? How are you going to measure it? Let's take a peek at Google Search Console and Google Analytics and actually watch your traffic grow. Module 5 is blogging and backlinks. These are those long-term growth strategies. So I don't want you just to optimize your website one and done right now. I want you to come back to this course again and again and again as you grow your business, as you start blogging, as you secure backlinks, so that this course can grow with you no matter where you go from here. We have a whole slew of bonuses too that you can get your hands on, including how to use artificial intelligence and AI in your business, breaking down ChatGPT and Gemini with 50 plus prompts to get you started, including a whole slew of prompts specific to SEO to help make all of those optimizations so much easier. We have a module for local SEO, podcast SEO, e-commerce SEO, and brand authority. The doors are open right now, but only through Thursday. So August 22nd, the doors will close again. And yeah, we can absolutely do this stuff for you. So if you're listening to this and you're like, I need to see these results, but I don't have time, that's totally fine. We love working with our clients. That's never going to stop or go away. But the thing is, we are booking October. And you could start seeing results by then. And if you want fast results, this is how you're going to get it. Our calendars fill up so fast that we love to make sure that we can serve anyone and anywhere, regardless of budget. And that's why we have this course. And that's why we've broken down this course into easy payment plans, including both a 3 and a 6-month payment plan to make this super easy for you. Because within that 6-month payment plan, you better bet you're going to start seeing results by the end of it. So click the link in our show notes or DM us on tap and we'll send you some more information. And we are so excited for you to dive in and actually start seeing results from your SEO.
If you like this episode, please be sure to share it with a friend and subscribe so you don't miss any new episodes dropping every Monday. Plus, if you haven't already, please go ahead and leave us a review and don't hesitate to share any new episode ideas. We absolutely love hearing from you and creating this content for you. See you next week.